Creating a new invoice is very easy with eBillingMadeEasy. The first thing you need to fill in is the subject field to properly identify that particular invoice for a customer. Click on the plus sign next to the subject field to quickly add a new subject. Type in your subject and then click on the Save button. Next, you need to fill in the details of the first item on your invoice. Type in the description or the charge code, the team or professional responsible for that item, and the quantity, price, and applicable tax. You may also optionally key in some comments for that item. When everything is all filled out, click on the Add Charge button to add that item to your invoice. You will then see the first item added to your invoice. To add another item, you may either click on the plus sign above the invoice or directly type in the details of the second item below the invoice. Again, fill in the description, the team or professional, and the rest of the fields. You may use an existing description or charge code by choosing from the drop-down menu, and the rest of the fields will auto-populate. Again, adding a comment is optional. Click the Add Charge button to add this item to your invoice. As you can see, there are now 2 items on your invoice. Now let's look at creating an invoice in detail. First, you'll need to add a subject to properly identify your invoice. You can either use a previous subject by choosing from the drop-down field, or add a new one by clicking on the plus sign. Type your subject and then click on the Save button. You will then fill in the fields required for the first item on your invoice, like the description, team or professional, price, quantity, and tax. You may also use an existing description or charge code from the drop-down menu, and the rest of the fields will automatically populate. Hints about the field will show when you click on the exclamation mark next to each field. You may also hide the comment by marking the checkbox next to the field. Once all done, click on the Add Charge button to add the item to the invoice. To add another item, you may either click on the plus sign above the invoice or directly type in the details of the second item below the invoice. Again, fill in the description, the team or professional, and the rest of the fields. You may use an existing description or charge code by choosing from the drop-down menu, and the rest of the fields will auto-populate. Click the Add Charge button to add this item to your invoice. You may add a comment to your invoice as well. Click on the green icon next to the comment area. Here you will see an existing template that you may use or create a new one. To do that, click on the Clear the Content link and then begin typing or designing your template on the editing pane. You can use anything or even link to an image. Once done, click on the Save as Template link and then type in the name of your template. Hit the Save button to save the template. Now you see the new template on your list and it's chosen by default. Go back to your invoice and you will see the new comment that you've created. This same comment will appear in all your future invoices by default until you change it. You may edit the items on your invoice by clicking on the green icons next to them. You may also have the option of charging your customer's credit card by clicking on the Charge Card button if a credit card is present on the invoice. For first-time setup, you may need to request that the Charge Card feature be added to your account. Simply click on the Yes, Please Send Me the Details button, and someone from our team will be in touch with you regarding this. Otherwise, if a card is present, then you will be able to charge your customer in real time. When everything is ready on your invoice, you may see how it will look like on the customer's end by clicking on the Invoice Preview link under Options. This is exactly how the invoice would look like on the email you will send to the customer. You may also cancel the invoice if you change your mind. Finally, click on Email Invoice to send the invoice to the customer. The customer's email address is already filled in, so just click on the Send Email button to send it to your customer. Your invoice is now on its way. It's that easy.